Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm previewing my other upcoming projects. I've already debuted my Super Clodbuster build, which got halted due to an issue I had. I'll cover that in a bit, but I'm also going to be building two other Clodbusters that are completely different from one another. For now, I want to start the introduction of this one right here. Believe it or not, this is actually an original vintage Clodbuster, with the exception of the body. I thought this one had the Chevrolet word on the tailgate, but it doesn't. The chassis, on the other hand, doesn't have that logo on there, or the word says like something like, don't throw the battery in the trash. So compared to these newer ones, see that this one has a logo right here. This one doesn't. My plan for this is to resto mod it to its vintage box art form, which means I'll have the single servo steering for both front and rear axles, but it'll have a little twist, or a lot of twists, pun intended. But it'll still run on brush motors. Although I have the mechanical speed controller off of my Juggernaut, I'll be using a more modern ESC, and it'll be powered by 2S LiPo battery, close to the voltage output of the retro NiCad or nickel metal hydride batteries. So it'll have the same speed as the stock Clodbuster. I'm scouting for a grill with the Chevy bow tie on it, and I will be getting the Riri decals from MCI. Speaking of MCI, they're actually having a spring sale going on right now at the time of this video release. I actually already bought the decals, which I think are normally going for $30 US, but I got them for less than $20. But the shipping is $8, so I went ahead and bought another set of Juggernaut decals, even though I already have a set. So I suggest you get your order soon. Anyway, I've already purchased some of the other parts for this truck, like the red friction shocks and red axle guards. So it needs some, cleaning, or I have plans to basically restore this thing back to its former glory. I won't be buying everything vintage for this truck. That means I might not get the white wheels unless I find a set for a decent price. But I'll try to get get what I can, mostly just for aesthetic, to try to get as close to the box art and the original function as I can. Meaning, like I said, single servo steering both front and rear axle, and it'll be on brush motors. I tried to I tried to swindle another YouTuber into trading me my chrome wheels for his white ones. Well, his plan were to paint the white ones chrome, so I offered to trade, to trade him the wheels. But he changed his mind and wanted to keep them. So, old Scorpion, if you're watching, if you thought I was going to sell those wheels for a profit, well, here's the reason why I wanted to trade. I still hope you don't paint those wheels. You can actually whiten them up with peroxide, and so I hope you do just that. So back to the original project that I started. I initially was going to try and mend the broken chassis. This one, and I was putting clay around it. I was making a mold for it. I broke this about what I'd say about three winters ago now. So I was, like I said, I was trying to make a mold for it, and then I was gonna pick out the shards. Here's the other side. So I was gonna make a mold, and I was gonna pick out the shards and fill the void with either JB Weld or some sort of resin. And when I was applying heat to harden the clay, even though I thought I was being very careful, the chassis started to warp and the cracks widened. So there goes that idea. So I had to scrap that idea. And oh yeah, I was gonna make a mold right here too. I was gonna put this a tab like this on the other side here and on the other side here, because I wanted these tabs for basically instead of having the arm down here for the other chassis, it was gonna be up here. I was gonna have the arm somehow. I mean, I was gonna shorten it or something, but I was gonna have the arm up here instead of the lower ones like this. But anyway, I started to transfer, start transferring everything from this broken chassis onto the new chassis. And but when I was assembling this one, the both sides cracked when I was installing the ball connector. So I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if they can catch that on the camera. There's actually cracks on here and there. So if I can see, if you can see, I think the camera can catch that right there. So the sides cracked, and I didn't think I was putting that much torque or pressure when I was screwing these in. So yeah, so that's kind of like my dilemma right now. It's like I don't know if I should buy another chassis or just try to fix this one and make it stronger. I've watched some videos on how I could just try and straighten it. My thoughts were to basically melt the inside using like an iron, it's a soldering iron, and there's like they have those kits where you can put a triangular tip and iron it flat, and then put metal screen mesh to kind of use it as a rebar to strengthen it. And then I'll fill, basically I was gonna dam this part right here with clay, and then I'm gonna fill it up with ABS or ASA, using, you know, making ASA or ABS slurry from broken parts that I have around. I could make some, you know, putting some in a jar of acetone, just let it soak, make the slurry. Obviously, the more plastic you put it in your mixture, the thicker it is. So so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I should just buy another chassis or try and fix this. I mean, if it's gonna break again, I mean, this is pretty new. I still have the bag up here. I got, I mean, although it was probably been sitting, I've had this for maybe over a year now, and I just now had the time to kind of get back into the hobby and put it back together. I was really hoping that I could put it back together with no issue, but I don't know. I don't know how that ended up cracking right there. So what do you guys think? What should my course of action be? The suspension for this also broke. Let me see if I could find it real quick. The part of the suspension arm, which the front shock attached to right here, broke, and I was thinking of strengthening it before assembling it. I was thinking of drilling holes like here, and then like in between. Let me see if I could grab the other one. So here's the good one. So I was thinking for the new part, I was thinking of drilling holes in here and then on these parts right here, and then basically I was gonna dam it with clay around it, and then fill it up, because if you look, there's actually some, it has a little bit of a standoff like this right there. I was gonna fill up, I was gonna dam it with clay, basically make a mold, and then fill this part all the way up to where the standoff is to make it a little stronger. So, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Maybe I could try it out with the broken one first and see if I don't want to have to drill holes into a good part, and then come to find out it actually makes it weaker. So, but I'll see if I could experiment with this broken one first, and then I could probably, if it works out, then I'll do it to the rest of the actual the other trucks as well. Well, except for obviously this one. It has aluminum suspension links. My plan for this one, for this truck right here, is to have I think I mentioned it before, it'll have 4-wheel steering using the J Concepts steering. So I have it. This is the front axle. I already removed the I have the other kit. So Michael's RC Hobbies. I got this from eBay. So as for this third truck, oops. Basically, not much, nothing really special. But it's mostly the donor truck. But I'll make it more of a runner than. So it's kind of confusing right now. This has the vintage chassis, but I'm basically just swapping everything from this to this. So this is really the, I'm sorry, this is actually the donor right here. I'm putting everything on here with the exception of the blue parts. I'm gonna use the, like I said, the red parts from the other one. And yeah, I'm just swapping the everything else from, I'm basically mixing all three. So these shocks right here can be oil filled. So I'm actually gonna put these on the other ones that are gonna be running on brushless motors. This will have brush motor also, but it'll probably run on the 3S lipo just for a little bit more speed. So these shocks will go onto this truck, okay, and then these shocks that are on here, these will get cannibalized, so I could make these red ones complete, because the springs on here, some of them are corroded and the shaft's corroded, so I'm just gonna swap out the red parts with the black parts. Obviously I dyed these. I threw these were blue. I threw them in the boiling water and I dyed them that way. I mean, I like them black than blue, but you know, to each their own, right? So these are just slightly shorter though than stock. Let me see. But see, let's see if I could show that. These are slightly shorter than stock. So, but my plan is, so if you see that right there, it's shorter. So this doesn't have much suspension travel. But I have a 3D printed, basically an extension that will extend this part right here another 5 millimeters. I know it's only like 5 millimeters difference, but I just want, I don't want to make it too tall. I kind of want like the stock-ish height, but you know, but I still want to give it a little bit of travel. I don't think anyone sells shocks like these, 105 millimeters. I think I've seen 108 millimeters, and like I said, I don't want to go long. I don't want to get like the 110 millimeters. I want to, although the weight of the most of the weight of this truck is on the axles, I still want to keep it low, lower center of gravity. So yeah, that's what's coming up on my channel. Which one would you like me to start with? Honestly, I want to start on the vintage truck first, but that would probably take the longest to complete since I might not be able to find all the parts that I need to finish it. The grill, the the tailgate, and then all the other missing parts. I want to put, you know, the chrome, the roll bar, and the light on it. This one, obviously, this is the later motor blower on it. I want to get the older, smaller one for the other truck. So actually, this body is what I'm gonna paint, and as like I said, I'm mixing and matching all of them. This body will get put on here. I'm gonna paint this red to put and put the decals or decals or however you want to say it, because initially I thought this gray one had the Chevy word on the back, and it doesn't. So I was gonna repaint this red, but since it doesn't, there was no point of doing that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this thing up, put like body fillers on it or whatever, try to get it looking new as much as possible, paint it, put the decals on it, and yeah. But I'm missing some parts on it. This one's kind of, actually, this bumper's bent. I don't want to, I try to straighten it out, and I'm afraid it'll probably just break if I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's all for now, really. I hope you like this kind of content, and if you do, please share it. Thank you for watching.